Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something that's really important: how to keep life vibrant, engaging, and full of joy for seniors, even when getting around starts to get a little tougher.
So let's just start with a big question, one that a lot of caregivers and seniors end up facing. When things like severe arthritis or maybe an injury from a fall change your physical reality, does your whole world have to shrink too?
Well, the answer is a huge no. A rich, fulfilling life isn't really defined by how much we can move, but by how much we connect and engage. And that's the core message we're really going to dive into today.
All right, first up, let's take a second to really get a handle on the challenge itself. Because once you understand it, finding powerful solutions becomes a whole lot easier.
Yeah, this isn't some abstract idea, right? For a lot of folks, conditions like a stroke or really bad arthritis can completely change their ability to move around freely, and that alters the entire landscape of daily life. And, that has this huge ripple effect. All those hobbies and pastimes that used to bring so much joy, maybe it was gardening out in the yard or just going for a nice long walk. Well, they might not be on the table anymore, at least not in the same way. And that can leave a pretty big void.
So you can see how this physical stuff can lead to some really tough emotional challenges, like feeling isolated or just plain bored. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. There are some powerful, super practical ways to push back against those walls and rediscover a whole world of engagement. Okay, so let's jump right into our first batch of solutions, all focused on keeping the mind sharp. Because honestly, stimulating your brain is just absolutely crucial for health and happiness, no matter your age.
So, we're going to look at 3 fantastic and totally doable ways to keep the brain fired up and engaged, and each one offers its own unique benefits.
What's so cool about reading is that it's way more than just entertainment. It's a genuine workout for your brain. Research has actually linked it to better memory, less stress, and even delaying cognitive decline. And the best part? With things like audiobooks and e-readers, it's something almost anyone can get into.
And then there are hobbies. This is all about giving yourself a chance to finally explore those interests you've always had, or maybe discover something brand new. It could be anything from cooking to learning a new language. It just proves that learning has no age limit, and it's the perfect cure for boredom.
And games. Games are just brilliant. They're this perfect way to mix that mental stimulation with something just as important: connecting with other people. Whether it's a card game with visitors, a crossword puzzle on your own, or a jigsaw with a loved one, games are just an incredible source of fun.
Next up, let's talk about nourishing the body and the soul. These are activities that tap into our creative spirit and also boost our physical health, all in gentle, accessible ways, even when getting around is a challenge.
These 3 things really cover all the bases. They take care of our physical needs, our creative impulses, and that deep need we all have to connect with the world around us.
When most of us hear the word exercise, we immediately picture something really intense, right? But it absolutely doesn't have to be. It's so important to remember that simple, regular movements, like the ones in chair yoga or even just doing some ankle exercises, can deliver some pretty significant health and mood benefits.
Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. Getting creative isn't just a fun way to pass the time, it has actual proven health benefits. Studies show that doing things like painting or even organizing a photo album can literally reduce stress and lead to better medical outcomes. It's like therapy, but through creation.
And please, let's not underestimate the simple, incredible power of nature. Seriously, even if it's just sitting on a porch or by an open window, just getting that fresh air and taking in the scenery is a fantastic and super easy way to relax and lift your spirits. Okay, so we've talked mind, we've talked body. Now let's get to what might just be the most important piece of this whole puzzle: connection and purpose. This is all about fostering those social bonds and that deep sense of value. So the ideas we're about to jump into, they're all focused on strengthening those vital social ties and finding ways to contribute in a meaningful way, which is just a fundamental human need, right?
This is such a wonderful idea. Just think about it, the pure energy and joy you get from little kids, or that calming, unconditional affection from a pet, it can instantly turn a whole day around. It's so much more than a simple visit, it's about creating brand new, happy memories.
And this slide makes a really important distinction. We're not talking about just passively zoning out in front of the TV all day. This is about using media with intention, watching a documentary you're genuinely interested in, finding some inspiration for a new meal, or listening to music, which we know is proven to reduce stress and improve memory.
You know, contributing to a cause is such a powerful way to stay engaged with the wider community, and you can do it right from home. Things like knitting blankets for a hospital or helping assemble care packages can foster an absolutely incredible sense of purpose and value.
So after all of these practical, wonderful ideas, we're left with one final and really profound thought. It's about the most powerful activity of all, and it really underpins everything we've just talked about.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. As valuable as all these activities are, the shared time spent doing them together is what matters most. It's the conversation you have during a card game, the shared laughter while watching a movie, that quiet companionship. That is the real gift.
So look, what we've done here is offer a starting point, right? A menu of possibilities. But the real journey, the real rediscovery of joy, that begins with that one simple, shared moment of connection. So, what will yours be?